Okay, Paulson family. I'll give you guys a little update on your boy Remy, the red dog. Um, Remy and I are off to a great start. Um, Very happy with Remy. I have no concerns whatsoever about him. In fact, that's why I talked to Becky the other day when she was here with Marcia about, um, I really think that he's got a lot of potential. And you could do a lot with this dog. It's just a question of how long can you stand to be away from him, and how much do you want to, invest in the dog? But I certainly think right away, I recognized that I thought this was a high caliber breeding, and after looking up his pedigree, it's what I thought it was, and I actually know the guy who produced this dog. Makes really really nice Goldens. You made a great choice. Um, but anyway, I think he has a real future in terms of being. Um, Obviously, the first thing is he's a family member. He's a pet. He's going to be great at that. But I think he has excellent potential as a gun dog, being a hunting dog. I think he has excellent potential at being a hunt test dog. And I think he down the road would even be an excellent candidate for breeding as well. Part of that game, hey, right here, bud. When we're talking about breeding, is looking at the accomplishments. What has the dog done? Um, and so I think Remy here could do quite a bit. It's just a matter of what we want to do, and you know how long can you stand to you without him. But I'm sure enjoy having him. It's fun working with field-bred Goldens. I really enjoy them. I've had a couple other really nice Goldens that I've got to work with, and every one of them turned out really well. Been very happy with them. But anyway, so Remy is extremely predictable. With Remy, I know exactly what I'm going to get out of him every day. Um, and that's going to be tail wagging, totally happy about whatever he's doing, and big drive, and definitely, you know, loves to work. He likes to train. Seems to be like being with me. He's very lovey, very cuddly, good boy. So he and I kind of really just hit it off. But anyway, um, so what we're doing with Remy is we're working on what we call formal obedience. And formal obedience is really the foundation of all gun dog training. I mean, everybody wants to, we think about the dog running through the field, picking up ducks and all that, and that's great. But the reality is, most dogs will do that naturally. Really, what we have to work on are the obedience tasks. And when we have a high drive dog like Remy, we definitely want to make sure we have a dog we can keep under control because he's always going to go. He's always going to mark well, find the birds, hunt hard, give you a great attitude, and like this, have a great focus. That's a sign of high intelligence. He's going to do all that naturally. Um, and so, what we need to do is just to make sure that he understands how to work with us, so that first and foremost, he is safe, so we don't have an accident happen while we're hunting or even just in the yard. We want to make sure we can keep him under control, that he comes to us when we tell him to, and he sits still when we need him to. And so that all starts right here, doing what we call formal obedience. Right now, we're working indoors because it's like 0 degrees outside and like 20 below wind chill or something stupid, snow on the ground. And so we're working indoors. We can work after dark when the weather's nice and it's not muddy. So it's kind of nice. Plus, the other thing is once we're starting with a dog, it's nice to do it indoors because we call it shrink their world. Because there's not as much stimulation. There's not leaves blowing or cat running by or whatever to distract them. We get this great focus. And you can see right here, Remy and I have got this great focus going on. He's really, really good, and I really, really like that. Good boy. So I'm trying to encourage that. Good boy. Okay. So Remy, heel, right here. Sit. So what I'm doing with Remy is every time I want him to do something, I'm using our orange slip lead that just applies an easy pull. It is not pinching him. It's not hurting him. It simply gives a little tug that he can feel, and he'll feel it get tight when I pull, or when he pulls. But when he is not, neither of us are pulling. It's nice and loose and comfortable. So what we're going to do is the first three commands are sit, heel, and here. I want to show you what those three commands look like with me doing those with him. Good boy. I make a little kissing sound to get his attention. Good boy, Remi. Remi, heel. Good boy. So we start off with the easiest version is walking just in kind of a loop with him on the inside. And what I want to know is I want to look at his body. I want to know where his head is up, his tail's up. He's looking at me. Good boy. Good. This is excellent. So I'm very pleased with his heel. And I would imagine you guys have done some of this. Judging from what I'm seeing here, he definitely has walked with you at heel before. If not, he's sit. He's the world's quickest learner. So anyway, so we do a little bit of heel, walking in a simple loop. We can do some things where we can do like a 180. Heel. Good boy. Do a nice sharp turn. Heel. Good boy. Then I can do a sharp turn towards him. Heel. Good. Good boy. Heel. Good. Good heel. This time, I'm going to change it on him just a little bit. Remi, here. Heel. Sit. Good boy. So there we did all three things. I gave him the here command when he was several feet away from me. I told him to heel, which means come over here to my left side. And then I told him to sit down. So there's our three commands all in unison. And that little step we just did there, here, heel, sit, is going to be used a lot. That is how we polish up his force fetch, his delivery to hand, where we're going to have him come here, come to the heel position, and sit down. Now, when I tell him to do this, when I want him to heel, when he's in front of me, I want him to stay in front of me and go to the heel position and turn around. We try to avoid having the dog go behind us because that will block his view, and also it's more likely for him to, run into you with a duck or whatever. So we generally try to keep the dog in front of us, as that's the way that we usually train them. But Remi is doing all of this excellent. Very, very good start. So the last command that we are working on teaching him is the command to, as you were, to release and go be a dog. And so the way that we do that is we take the leash off. Say, Remi, all done. Good boy. All done. All right. All right. That's a good boy. All right. So that he knows that it's time that he can just be Remi and do his thing. And I no longer need his attention. It's important that we teach him that it's okay when it's okay to break from us so that he knows, okay, this is the time we're working. Now that time has stopped. Remi time can continue. All in all, I see an excellent, very talented young dog. I really think the world of Remi. I think he's going to be excellent, and I am very excited to get to work with him. So we got a nice dog.